Hydrotherapy has been used for centuries, and in the area of pain relief, there is no equal to it. And then I put a grated potato, Poultice, on his, because he had a lot of tissue inflammation around there. And when he left, he just had a smile on his face. The mother said, "What'll I do now?" I said, "Well, you can do that every 2 hours if he has discomfort." But I think it was something like 11 o'clock in the morning. I said, maybe do it again about 2, and maybe do it again before he goes to bed. And every time you do it, put a fresh potato poultice on, because that potato is going to start drawing out the waste, and you want that thrown away. She said that when they got home, the little boy said, "Can we do that again?" Why did the little boy say that? He had experienced it.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill, and today we're going to talk about something that affects so many people, especially as we age, swollen legs and feet. This can be uncomfortable and even painful, and it's often a sign that your body is struggling with circulation or fluid retention. Did you know that nearly 1 in 10 adults suffer from some form of swelling in their legs and feet? It's a common issue, but the good news is that there are natural remedies that can help ease the discomfort and improve your circulation. In this lecture, we'll go over practical and effective remedies that you can try at home to reduce swelling and keep your legs and feet feeling their best. So let's dive right in.
There's one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that's Epsom salts. And Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate. And magnesium is a muscle relaxant. So if someone's stressed out, sore muscles, can't sleep, they can have a Epsom salts bath before they go to bed. Even put a couple of cups of Epsom salts in a hot bath. And remember, it does 3 things. It relaxes the muscles, and you might do it for aching muscles, you might do it for if you're stressed, and you might do it if you can't sleep, because magnesium and moist heat relax the muscles. But what a lot of people don't know is you can use Epsom salts for a burn. It's one of the best things to use for a burn. You can use grated potato for a burn. You can use aloe vera for a burn. They're both excellent, but you can also use a saturated solution of Epsom salts. Now, how you get a saturated solution of Epsom salts? Let's say you've got this half a glass of water, put a teaspoon of Epsom salts in and stir it. It'll dissolve, because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, remember? So you put that magnesium in and it'll dissolve into the water. Put another teaspoon in, mix it. Put another teaspoon in, mix it. And you keep doing that till it won't dissolve anymore. You now have a saturated solution of Epsom salts. One lady said she always has a jar in her fridge. Now, my husband was whippersnippering one morning. This is just as the program's starting. And he came running in, and I could see by the look of his face he's done something really bad. Because he's always scratching or hurting himself, but, he doesn't do anything about it. For him to come to me, it's really bad. What he'd done is he'd touched the almost red-hot exhaust on the, part on the whippersnipper, and he'd burnt these 3 fingers. Now, how sensitive are our fingers? And his face was white, and he was just holding his finger. Now, we were busy making beds. I think one lot of guests had gone out, the other lot were about to come in, so we were busy. So I got a bowl of water, and I put his hand in it, and then I put a few teaspoons of Epsom salts. I just said, just keep it in there, and I went and made another bed, came back, dissolved, put a few more teaspoons in and told him to mix it. And he said, it'll be right now, and he went to go, and then he came running back and put it in. And as I saw later, he had burnt several layers of skin. It was a very bad burn. Anyway, he said, I've got to get back to whippersnippering. So what I did, because I now had a saturated solution, I got some cloths, say just like this. So don't throw out your old tea towels and your old towels, your old sheets. Save them for your poultice box. And I soaked it in the Epsom salt solution. I didn't squeeze it right out. I kept it quite moist, not quite dripping, and I put it over every finger, and then I put Glad wrap and taped it, and I put that on every finger, and the pain came back, but only about 10% of the pain. By doing, in the bowl of water, no pain at all. Aloe vera has a growth stimulant in it. And you know, if you cut an aloe vera leaf in half off the plant, you come back a few hours later, it's grown a skin. Have you seen that? That's because it has a growth stimulant. So you can use it internally like slippery elm for irritable bowel, and you can also use it externally for any wounds, for burns. It's excellent for that, and it helped to grow that skin very, very quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if a doctor had seen those raw flesh, they would have suggested a skin graft. But the aloe vera grew that skin beautifully, and there's not even a sign of it now.
Epsom salt and aloe vera are both effective remedies for swollen legs and feet, providing relief through their unique properties. Epsom salt, primarily composed of magnesium sulfate, works by reducing inflammation and promoting relaxation. When dissolved in warm water, Epsom salt creates a soothing bath that can help alleviate swelling. The magnesium in Epsom salt is absorbed through the skin, which may help reduce fluid retention and improve circulation. This is particularly beneficial for individuals who spend long hours on their feet or suffer from conditions like edema. To use Epsom salt for swollen legs and feet, fill a basin or tub with warm water and add about 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt. Soak your legs and feet for 15 to 30 minutes. The warmth of the water combined with the Epsom salt helps to relax the muscles and joints, reducing discomfort and swelling. This bath can be particularly soothing after a long day or following physical activity. For enhanced benefits, consider elevating your legs while soaking, as this position can further encourage fluid drainage and reduce swelling. Aloe vera complements Epsom salt by providing additional anti-inflammatory benefits. Aloe vera contains various compounds, including vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that can promote healing and reduce inflammation. When applied topically, aloe vera gel can soothe irritated skin and enhance circulation, which can help reduce swelling in the legs and feet. Its cooling properties can also relieve discomfort associated with swelling, making it an excellent addition to your self-care routine. To use aloe vera for swollen legs and feet, simply apply fresh aloe vera gel directly to the affected areas. You can extract the gel from a freshly cut aloe vera leaf. Gently massage the gel into your skin, allowing it to absorb fully. This can be done several times a day, particularly after soaking in an Epsom salt bath. Combining both remedies can yield even better results. After soaking in the Epsom salt bath, apply aloe vera gel to your legs and feet. This two-step approach allows you to enjoy the benefits of both magnesium and the soothing properties of aloe vera, providing relief from swelling and discomfort.
We're going to look at another vegetable that you can use for tissue inflammation, but this is specifically joint inflammation. So this will be, say, a sore lower back. It can be arthritic pain. It can be arthritic pain or gout pain. It can be used for any inflammation in the joint area. And how you make it is you would get a cloth, or you can get a chucks. And what I do is I fold over Glad wrap a few times, and then I put that down and put the cloth on that, and then you grate it. I don't peel it. If it's dirty, you'll need to wash it. And then you grate it on a fine grater, and this is also a great way to do the ginger tea. One of my favourite recipes for breakfast, which I might have about once a week, is scrambled tofu. And I crumble up the tofu, and I've got a grater that's got a handle and then a really little grater handle, and I just put it over the saucepan and I grate the ginger and the garlic straight in. I put some turmeric, oil, salt and herbs, and it's delicious. So of course you can use ginger in all your cooking. It's great in your legume dishes. I know that Indian cooking use it a lot in their dals, and it can also help with the digestion of the legumes. But as I showed you earlier in the week, most people don't rinse their legumes enough. You've just got to remember that the water you cook the legumes in is dirty water, and that has to be washed away. So I'm just getting this grated ginger out of my grater. And I'll hold this up so you can see. So there's my grated ginger. So on such a fine grater, it's like a pulp, and you can spread it out. So you spread it out. Now I'm just saying, let's say this is for a sore lower back, and a lot of people have sore lower backs. And what we have to do is we have to listen to our body. If you're doing something and your back's a little bit sore, you've got to stop. Many backs get sore because people keep doing things when the body says stop. And a lot of people don't lift things with their thighs. You should never lift with your back. You should lift with your thighs. So if your back is straight and your knees are bent, you will lift with your thighs. So you've got to look after those backs. So what I'm going to do now, and I'll do it up here so you can see, I'm going to pull one side over and then pull the other side over. I just need a few more pairs of hands here. So what I have done is I've made a little parcel, you see that? And the area that only has one layer is the area that's going to go on the sore knee or the sore elbow or the sore wrist or the sore back. And notice when I make my poultice, I've got about 1 centimetre all the way round of plastic. And that will just help so that the moist ginger juice isn't going to soil the sheets or the clothes or whatever. And then Amelia, could you come up, and I'll demonstrate on Amelia how I'll put it. Let's say Amelia has got a sore elbow. Okay? So let's say her joint here is sore. I'll put it on like this, and then I'll wrap it on with a bandage. Now what will happen is if there's inflammation in that joint, now you make sure you don't have it too tight to strangle the limb, and you also don't have it too loose so that it'll fall off. It's very important that you take a lot of effort to make sure that poultice is well covered with the plastic and it's bandaged on properly, because there's no fun bandages falling off, poultices getting all through the bed. There's no fun at all. So let's say Amelia's got a sore elbow. Maybe it's bursitis, maybe it's tennis elbow. Medicine's found lots of names for sore elbows, but mostly they're inflammation. Now what you can do is you can tape that on with a bit of tape, or you might have a safety pin or those things, and that'll clip the bandage together. Now what I always do with poultices, I always ask God to bless poultices. So I'm going to give you an illustration of what I'll usually do, especially if this is a guest, and sometimes we have guests who have no belief in God. But it's very important to ask God to bless your poultice. So I'll say, do you mind if I pray for your poultice? And they usually, oh yes, they don't mind at all, see? Oh, see? And I'll say, dear Father in heaven, thank you so much for Amelia, for her elbow. Please bless this ginger poultice in Jesus' name. Amen. Do you know, I found people love you praying for them. Now, if there is inflammation in that joint, the skin is going to get very, very hot. It appears that the ginger pulls out the inflammation from the joint to the skin. And some guests have said to me, Barbara, my skin is burning. And I say, can you handle it? Because if you can handle it, thank you. If you can handle it, just keep it on all night. And some people, especially if they have arthritis, the heat feels very, very nice.
In addition to joint inflammation and arthritis, ginger is a great natural remedy for reducing pain and swelling in the legs and feet. Ginger has compounds called gingerols and shogaols, which help lower inflammation and act as antioxidants. These compounds block certain chemicals in the body that trigger pain and swelling, making ginger an effective option for those with arthritis or even just swollen legs and feet after standing all day. One easy way to use ginger for swollen legs and feet is by making a ginger soak. You can boil a few slices of fresh ginger in water for about 10 minutes, then let the water cool a bit before soaking your feet. Soak your feet in this ginger-infused warm water for around 20 to 30 minutes. The warm water helps relax your muscles and improve circulation, while the ginger works to reduce the inflammation. If you do this regularly, it can really make a difference in how your legs and feet feel. Besides using it topically, ginger can be effective when taken internally. Drinking ginger tea or adding fresh ginger to your meals can lower inflammation throughout the body. This is especially helpful if you have arthritis because ginger can reduce joint pain and stiffness. In fact, studies show that regular ginger intake can significantly decrease pain for people with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. And if you're dealing with swollen legs, ginger can help improve circulation, which may ease fluid retention and reduce swelling. You can also use ginger essential oil to massage swollen areas. Just mix a few drops of ginger oil with a carrier oil like coconut or olive oil and gently rub it into your legs and feet. This not only reduces swelling, but also boosts blood flow, which can help with any discomfort you're feeling. Whether you're using it in a soak, a tea, or a massage oil, ginger is a natural way to relieve pain and swelling. It's a simple yet effective remedy, whether you're dealing with arthritis or just trying to soothe sore, swollen legs and feet at the end of a long day.
My next demo is going to be of the humble potato. Now the potato is a drawer, but the potato is very gentle. There are areas in the body you would not put onion, and you would not put ginger, and you would not put garlic, but the gentle potato. So where are those areas? In the tender parts of the body. So your eyes. It's very calming and cooling for inflamed eyes, conjunctivitis, sprained ankle. In fact, that's what we put on Zaza when she sprained her ankle yesterday, was the grated potato. The grated potato is very cooling, so if you've got an inflamed red area, the potato, because it's high in phosphorus and potassium, the skin absorbs that, and because it's very alkaline, it neutralizes the acid condition, cools it, and it can draw out and reduce the inflammation. Now the way I make my poultices is mess-free. That's what I like, mess-free. So I wrap up Glad Wrap a few times, and what I'm aiming for with my poultice is that I've got a little bit more plastic around the edge of my poultice. So I put that down, and then I put the cloth that I'm going to make the poultice on down, and then I grate it. But this has a... So you can grate it straight onto the cloth. Now, I'm not sure what you call these in America. We call them Chuck's cloths. I guess that's the brand name. But I guess you call them a cleaning cloth, yeah? And they're disposable, and they've got little holes in them. If someone had breast cancer, I wouldn't use this, but if someone had a swollen ankle or a sprained ankle, it would be fine to use for that. Be very careful you don't use too much potato, because if you use too much potato, the poultice can get very wet, and if the poultice leaks, is no fun. So you spread that out a little bit. So can you see how much I've put on here? And now I'm going to fold it over, which is how you make the poultice. You fold over two sides, like that, and then you fold over the other two sides. So I now have a package. And now I turn it over, because where you put the poultice on, you're going to put it on that side that just has one layer. Potato is used for tissue inflammation. So there's your sprained ankle. It can be for an ingrown toenail. I think it was about 3 years ago, on my bicycle I crashed on our bridge, our wooden bridge, and a splinter went into my finger when I fell over, and that was very sore, and it was so sore you couldn't get it out. It was embedded in, and so I made a grated potato poultice, a little bit smaller than that, and I put it on and bound it up and slept with it like that all night. And I slept quite well. I didn't really have much pain. It was very painful when it first happened, as you can imagine, down beside the nail, but just under where the nail bed starts. The next day I took it off, and of course my finger's all wrinkly, but there was no pain at all.
For swollen feet and hands, potatoes can be very helpful because of their anti-inflammatory properties. To use it, you can grate raw potato and apply it directly to the swollen area, then wrap it with a cloth to hold the potato in place. Let it sit for a few hours or even overnight. This method helps reduce swelling by drawing out excess fluid and cooling the area. Scientifically, potatoes are rich in potassium and phosphorus, which are key minerals for reducing fluid retention and inflammation. Potassium helps balance sodium levels in the body, preventing water retention, while phosphorus aids in tissue repair and recovery. The cooling effect of the potato also plays a role in easing inflammation. Its natural alkalinity helps neutralize the acidic environment that often accompanies inflamed tissues, further soothing the affected area. Additionally, potatoes contain antioxidants like vitamin C and compounds called polyphenols, which can help reduce oxidative stress in swollen tissues. This further contributes to reducing inflammation and promoting healing. When applied topically, the starch in potatoes helps to hydrate and soothe the skin, creating a calming sensation that can provide relief to tired, swollen hands and feet. This simple remedy is a safe, natural and effective way to ease discomfort, especially if you're looking for a gentle alternative to medications or stronger treatments. It's also affordable and easily accessible, making it a practical option for many. Thank you for watching. I hope these remedies help bring you some relief. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy and feeling your best. And as always, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.